Hello, I'm Mike.
I'm Shauna.
And together, go ahead. You can say it, fine.
I feel like we should
No, it's not going to do that. It's not.
Like bubbles are going to start.
No.
Okay, go.
We're real estate brokers in Frisco, Texas, and we're going to give you some tips on converting a conversation that you have to a meeting. So, right? So these are some different tactics that I have utilized. And I approach real estate in a very different way. So I talk about all types of items. Right? So I'll talk about I guess more traditionally random or male things, or like fun facts or unique items to discuss, right? To kind of get to the point of adding knowledge to share what I happen to possess. Then I'll go ahead and ask for whatever that is, right? For that meeting.
And maybe I do it a little different.
And you do it very differently, right? So what are some ways that you go about things?
Well, I think that, I love meeting new people.
Okay.
And, just you're always in front of someone and you always are talking. So why not try to engage in a way that you can add in your business and what you do and relate it to them in some way, shape, or form. So that's what I do. I like to have conversations with people, and I think the easiest question to ask is, hey, do you live around here? And do you know this going on? So you kind of tie in where do they live and something to spark a conversation that you might have in common or they may or may not know. And then it's funny how it just leads to, a bond. You bond in some way, shape, or form.
I think at the end of the day on all of it, what it requires is being a good person and truly caring.
Yes.
So at the bottom of it, I go back to these same principles. It's all of this is founded in the same thing. Is do what is right for the other person and truly care about the client.
Yeah.
Then everything happens from that. So if I was to say, what is the key thing? It's to establish your personal code as best you can. And your personal code is probably really caring for the other person. That's why the people that we work with are all great people. And what we do is we select amazing individuals.
Isn't that amazing?
It is. That's the key thing, is to work with great people that actually care. And then when that happens, you give in. And it's a weird transition to totally give in and do the right thing. So we speak about that all the time. And that's establishing your code's one item. Then, now what are the things that happen as well? So then you build your knowledge. Right. So it's establish your code.
Okay.
And then you have to gain this knowledge, right? And then you have to give it to them simply.
Okay.
And something that they don't already possess.
Right.
And that's why I like that fun fact from over here. And that's why you like to ask where you live and connect.
Yeah, we do it. Same thing in different ways, right? Because none of us want to be that pushy person hey, do you know anybody that wants to buy or sell a house? Or, hey, don't be that person. Just be you. We say that a lot. Just be yourself. And, strike up a conversation. And when people can connect, then they need to know what you do. And then they're going to, want to take it a step further.
So some of the tips, the actual actionable item that would be within this is some of the things I do is I would make a connection for them. And I would say, how could I help you? Right? What could I do for you today?
We do that a lot.
Right? And it's not necessarily asking for a meeting to do that, but it's what could I possibly give you today? How could I be of assistance to you? And that goes to a leadership role. So we talk about servant leadership and how we try to do things. So what could I do for you today? No obligation. I'm not asking for anything, but what could I do for you? And sometimes it is a connection, an introduction, I need this fixed at my house. I need a guy for this, right? There's all these different things. Sometimes it's your financing. Sometimes you need to, an insurance review, whatever it happens to be. I want to truly help.
But I think you have to be intentional, right? And people can feel if you're not. So if you're asking and what could I do for you? Because I've heard, this is an example. We know a friend of ours who is in the home childcare business. So we know that if there's ever anybody that says, hey, I need childcare, we know, hey, I have this friend, and I'm going to put you guys together and make a connection. And they value that. And you're doing something nice. And then don't come in and then, sabotage that, I guess. Be nice and just, that's it. That's it.
Yep. So be intentional with that, right? But it's about trying to make that initial connection for them and provide some value. But be like, no, like, I honestly want to help, right? Not like, hey, what could I do for you today? Because it's different. It's like, no, this is what I want to do.
Well, if you're going and getting a service, hey, I love what you did for me. How can I help you?
Yeah, and these are some different things that I might be able to help with and connect.
Yeah.
And here's my contact information. Can you save it to your phone and call me anytime if you have something now or later, right? But it's about giving so that they can get in touch with you again. So if you don't establish that easy way, so action 1 that we talked about, clear action that you can take, is going ahead and trying to help the person and ask, how can I help you? And then item number 2 is to take action on it, to make the communication and the connection, to establish that connection. So the computer action is to send them an email if you have their contact information, or to send them a text with your contact card. I'm a big fan of sending contact cards for everybody that I meet.
Easy.
So the contact card in my phone identifies me as like realtor or broker or whatever those are. It has a picture, it has all that stuff. You also have a text card, text graphic that Megan provides for you. So you take that text graphic, you send it off with a link back to your webpage, to acquistorealestate.com/Mike, right? I give them the text graphic and I have my contact card in there. And I say, can you please save this to your phone? Call me whenever for anything that you happen to have that comes up that you need any one of these things. Now we have the communication that they can get in touch with me. Then I normally go in, and because I tend to get busy and forget things, I'll delay send a text message back to them. That's an Android feature. Sorry, Apple people. And I'll delay send a text message back to them that says, could you please kindly reply to me with your full contact card so that I can save it on my phone and I can get in touch with you, right? And then normally they'll reply back. So I'll set that for like 15 minutes later or whatever that is. Yeah, whatever the follow-up action is. Then I can go in and I can take all their information and now I can put it in the system. And I created a contact or a new friend that I can follow up with to do different things. And I can put some notes in there. And so now all of a sudden we went from discussion to now there's a phone conversation back and forth, and some people love texting. And then I take it to the computer and I take the information from the contact card that they provided me, put it in the computer, put the stuff in there, grab my 4 data points, name, address, phone number, whatever. And then if I want to, I could go ahead and, now that I have that info, like, because they probably have their address in there, then I could send them whatever it happens to be on their property. And I start to get to a better discussion without really doing much, but just providing and giving, not selling, just providing.
Yeah. No, it's really not that hard, and
you can make it hard.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I mean, let people know what you do and that you have a lot of resources if they ever need anything.
Good.
All right.
Sure.
That's it.
Let's skip the next topic and go to the third one.